Hi everyone. On this Saturday, I got up and decided I was going to go to the Big Give. The Big Give is something that is held in each community somewhere in Canada by churches, and they give extravagantly at the Big Give, and everything is free. It started, I believe, with a woman in Ottawa who started it with her church, and then it grew from there. It became something that other churches participated in, and now I believe it's all across Canada, and it has even traveled to other countries. It is typically held the first Saturday in June of each year. Big Give in my neighborhood, it's held at a local arena. Everything is free, including drinks and food. It was very busy there. You could see at the beginning here, people started arriving at 7 in the morning. It didn't open till 9. They were lined up several blocks waiting to get in. And they were walking out of there with containers full, wagons full. Everybody was having a grand time. So have a look at my video showing you how busy it is and some of the items that were donated, and afterwards we'll do a haul. Needless to say, I did not record any audio here. It was so loud. As you can see, it was elbow room only, and even then it was a struggle to get to see what was on the tables. They had a lot of clothing items, but my friend and I headed directly to the tables that were holding the household goods and decorative items. Okay, does everybody see the lady here holding this big Santa? This is what I tried to draw your attention to earlier. I saw her as she was walking by and I thought, wow, is that a Rushton Santa? That is huge. So I chased after her so I could stop her and get a better picture just to show everybody. Honest, it's one of the biggest ones I've ever seen. And to get that for free, I think that's pretty phenomenal. This is my haul from the Big Give. In the beginning of the video, I explained to you how this came about. Everything was free. There was a lot of items there. You had to really move around fast to find stuff. As I showed you in the pictures, it was wall-to-wall people, and they just kept coming. But I did manage to find a few things. So did my friend who went along with me. And now I'll show you what I got. This is a really nice framed ceramic picture of two young boys eating fruit. And the background is velvet. And it's on this vintage frame. It says permanently mounted English bone china miniature. So I grabbed that. Then I also picked up this frame. It has some dried flower arrangements in it. I'm not sure if that's what I'll keep in there, but it also has the history of all of this, the flowers, and where it was done. It does say handmade in Canada. Sorry, my dogs are barking at the neighbors. So yes, it had the history of where it was made, handmade in Canada at Ballfield Farm, and a little bit of the history on the back. But as I say, nice frame, vintage gold, needs to be cleaned, but I'm not sure that that's what I'll keep in there. We'll see. Then I also grabbed this frame. I have a few others like this. These are vintage frames. I like the little decoration on the corners. Very well made. It does have the stand on the back, but also a hanger for hanging on the wall. Then I found this item. Now this is not vintage or antique. It's made to look vintage. And it needs to be redone up here. It originally said Christmas countdown, so I will probably repaint that. And then all of the numbers are on here. So, and they're galvanized metal, very well made, heavy, but it is missing one of the hooks. So I'm probably going to take this one off and find matching hooks to put on here instead. So a little bit of revamping necessary to make this worthwhile. And it also hangs. So I wanted that piece, nice little countdown piece. And it'll be a project for me before Christmas. Another Christmas item I picked up was this very nice little vase with the cardinal on it. I do decorate with cardinals at Christmas. This one says it was made in Japan. No chips or cracks on it. A little bit of gold trim. So I like that item. Then I also grabbed these salt and pepper shakers. I do have a little collection of these guys. One had its stopper and one didn't. Nothing on them to say where they were made, but they are ceramic, nicely painted. No chips or cracks on them, in great shape. So I like those little guys. Then I also picked up another candle snuffer for my collection of candle snuffers. This one is brass and it's quite solid, very heavy, well made. It has been used, you can tell inside. So I'll clean that up and add that to my collection. Then this piece, I couldn't believe it was still there. Whoops, I couldn't believe it was still there. I was just on my way out the door. We were leaving and I saw it sitting on the floor. And I thought, no, it can't still be here. I don't know if it's vintage, antique, or reproduction. But it's very heavy, very well made. It's cast iron, I believe. It's meant to hold your recipe book and it has these weights on it. I'll show you what it looks like after I take the book off. I just wanted to show you how it would have been used back in the day. So I'll take these. I just put my cookbook on here, the Better Homes and Garden cookbook, because that's a cookbook from back in the day as well. So this is what it looks like, the stand. Very well made, quite heavy, no markings or anything on it. So like I said, it might very well be a reproduction, which I'm fine with. It looks enough like one of the originals would have looked like, very rustic. So quite happy to have that. Yes, nice piece. Then the last piece I got, this is not a vintage or antique item either. It just fits in with my vintage decor downstairs. A pair of skaters, very heavy. Obviously some kind of resin or something, but quite heavy. Very nicely made, and the painting and everything on it is still great. No breaks or anything in it. And it came with the original box. The original box does appear to have some age on it. There was only a little wee bit of writing on the bottom. And all it said was imported by St. John, Canada, made in China. Does have a barcode, so it's newer than the 1970s. But yeah, another nice little piece to add to my Christmas vintage decor. And that's all I got at the Big Give that day.